Good morning, friends. Good morning, audience. This is a series of videos. Uh, Unlike what I usually produce, this has to do with a certain movie or a piece of history uh, that has been uh, around since 1968. However, it is kind of mysterious. I noticed on the net and everywhere else that people like it, but they really have no clue to what it is talking about. I don't know. I mean, the ones I've talked to uh, and what I've noticed on the net and so on. However, I myself, when I watched this movie 30 years ago, perhaps, or even longer than that, older or before that, it kind of stirred up some psychological hints and unconscious interest, if you will. But then I really didn't know until a while back. Then I began to realize what this is all about. I kind of woke up to it. So I will show you the movie. Everyone knows this. Space Odyssey 2001. And this, in fact, uh, I will show you uh, precisely to what or who the monolith, black monolith, is. Uh, by the time I finish this, this series of videos, you will have no doubt to what Kubrick is talking about here. Uh, it is a true history, though. Uh, Rabbi Kubrick conceals a precise history, not very precise, but very reliable history that is totally outside of the reach of academia or people and so on. It used to be known in the past, but it has for a long while now been concealed and covered. So now he shows that history, and this movie displays or narrates that history in a concealed fashion, and it's filled with symbology and numerology and so on and so forth. That's why probably it took 2 years, I think, or 3 years to produce, because there was so much thinking was put in it and so on. So that's what this movie is all about. I'm going to show you uh, who and what or who the Black Monolith is. Now, to understand this movie, really, this movie takes so much notions and directions and hints and dogma and so on from Friedrich Nietzsche, naughty Fred. Uh, uh, the book is called Thus Spake Zarathustra, or Zoroaster. So now he takes a lot from that movie, I mean, from that book, and converts it or morphs it into concepts in the movie itself. Uh, so I will explain to you what this movie is all about, almost all. I have no knowledge of certain things in this world, although I notice them and I can comprehend what they're all about and so on, but I do not have the insider's info to the details, if you will. But I am sure those who are watching, if they catch the end of the thread, they will unravel uh, uh, the whole entire sweater, if you will, or bring down the edifice and uncover the core of the story and so on. I myself don't like what I saw, because some of the history that it talks about is very sad, uh, uh, and it's very troubling, as a matter of fact. And it seems to me that Rabbi Kubrick is gloating about that, although uh, the course of history and what happened in certain events that he mentions here uh, uh, in a metaphor fashion are really detrimental to humanity. Uh, so enjoy the show, and please uh, don't hesitate to watch or continue until the end, and then I will reveal to you what the monolith is and so on at the end. Well, I may give you a hint before the end, but I will prove what I am talking about at the end. So don't discount what I say at the start. When you reach the end of the movie, somewhere along the line, you will realize that by visual evidence, I will prove to you what I'm talking about. Have a nice day, my friend. And then the next video, the next video, I will explain to you some preliminary concepts to assist you in understanding what I am talking about here and what really is in fact relevant to this movie. I will try to point out the relevant concepts that he took from Friedrich Nietzsche's book, Thus Spake Zarathustra. However, I am making a commentary on the book itself, and I will make a video series on that as well to show you what that book is all about. But that's going to take a little while. I am almost 100 pages in making the commentary. It'll take me probably 20 more days or so, and then I will make a series of video. That book, as a matter of fact, I will give you a couple of hints on that book for those who read it and think they understand it. It is as much concealed as much as of an onion, if you will, in concepts and dogma and feelings and subconscious and subliminal and so on, as much as this movie is, because they're pretty much intertwined. And he, in fact, Kubrick does say that in the movie by playing the music, Strauss's music of Zarathustra, right? Thus Spake Zarathustra, as well as the concepts, the intertwined concepts, for example. So I'm going to give you a couple of hints about Nietzsche's Thus Spake Zarathustra. Number one, man and Superman. It occurs to you as you read the book that Nietzsche is trying to get man to move into the Superman. No, there's no such thing. He is, in fact, not talking to the same. Man and Superman are not one and the same. Man is something and Superman is something else, and he is trying to completely envelops man and converts man and subdue man into the service and servitude and subservience to the Superman. And some of you may have realized that, but what you don't realize is who the Superman is. The Superman, I'm going to give you a hint. Rabbi Superman, and if you watch the series The Vikings, you would see the guy saying, "What if your God was a brimmed hat man?" Right? So that's just a hint, right? So these are two different things, right? Man and Superman in the book is two different things. At one point, and there are nuances and variations upon within the narration. It's kind of confusing until you sort out the objects and sort out the intended personalities and audience within Thus Spake Zarathustra. You will be confused about what it is. So sometimes he will be instructing the Superman of what to do. Sometimes he's talking to man and trying to convince man, right, of destroying itself and go down and so on and so forth for the Superman. The Superman is no more than a Kubrick, right? Or the Kubricks in plural. So that's what that book is. I will make commentary on that book in a series of video as well. And now the second note I want to tell you, or second hint about Thus Spake Zarathustra, is the word or expression of backworldsmen. Backworldsmen, people are confused about that. Well, it means two things. It means man, or it is a acronym, or I forgot the name of the expression when you try to say something, really you mean something else. This is really backward men, right? Backward men. And it also may mean those who believe in older religions, such as Islam, such as Catholicism, and so on. These are backworldsmen, right? At the same time, they're man. So he is actually, it's got a duality in the meaning of it. Those who believe in traditional religions, and it is man as well, which is supposed to be subdued and beaten into submission for the Superman. These two notes I will give you up front, because I'm going to use one of them in certain scene in the movie. I'm going to show you something, and then I will probably quote that one. In particular, when Haywood is talking on the phone to his daughter, right? I'm going to bring that up to you, that particular example. That there are some really things that you pass by in the movie if you're not initiated in the mind, you know, and have the insider's view. And what do I mean by insider's view? Is very simple, folks. Is you're psychologically so awakened and have deep introspection, then it becomes easy on you to see what others are thinking, right? Blessing from Allah. So that's what I'm talking about now. On to the next video.